Okay, so I have about 10 minutes to get this done. I don't know if I can do it. I'm nervous, but we're going to do it. So, the purpose of this water. The purpose of this video is to evaluate my own relationship. Now, this was a relationship that ended a few months ago. It lasted for about 2 years. Nice young man. I met the young man at work. 1 second. I had to put my stunner shades on. I don't know, but I get nervous and this helps me. So, okay. Let's see. Where did I leave off? At that moment right there, I had to put my glasses on. I was nervous. Anyway, that didn't. The little edits. So anyway, it lasted about 2 years. He was a really nice guy. We started out as friends or co-workers, but we were really cool with each other. I had scripts. I had some scripts. I was a nervous wreck, so I needed scripts that I had written down to help me. Things started out cool. I am not sure if I had gotten through everything. Seemed like we were, but really I didn't want the video so long. Could have been wrong. So a lot of things. Everything will be in the comments down below that we didn't notice. So I'm not going to disclose his name. He was a little younger than I am. His age should have been. That didn't bother me because in reference to the very last bullet on the assignment. That in a way. How can these concepts help me improve? That's just a if I know myself, I know I never liked dating younger men. His age should have been a sign. Self-awareness, so being there are a few things that I want to talk about in that relationship. So some of them are issues in dating, like reciprocity. I always feel like I said it wrong. Might be the braces, not sure. But that's basically giving what you get. I would like to apologize for the lyrics. If I give you a lot, you should give me a lot. If I give you lots of effort, you should give me lots of effort. On a station for an R&B singer. That did not happen. That did not happen at all. Horrible. That's a big thing in relationships. You know, relationships are 50-50, give and take. Wasn't that way. So, reciprocity, it should be mutual. And it wasn't mutual. So, I found an article that talked about how the balance and giving mutual amounts and taking mutual amounts can help this music. This is the song. This is the song. This is the song that I have to apologize for. I'm so sorry. I did not know this would come on. My Pandora was on an R&B station. That song is not R&B. It was just saying how balance in relationships is very important, and reciprocity is a big thing. So that was lacking. Big deal for me. Power in intimate relationships. It's always said that males tend to have the most power or tend to seem like they have the upper hand. It seemed that way. It was more of a controlling type thing. It was like because he knew that he had been hurt and his trust was broken, he made me feel as if I had to do flips so he could say one thing like, oh, I don't like how you hug that guy. And I'll just like do flips to just make him see that it was nothing but just a harmless hug when I shouldn't have had to do that. But that was the power that he knew he held. He knew I didn't want to be like his last girlfriend and hurt him, and he used that to his advantage. Gender roles and relationships, another concept. That kind of to me within that gender roles and relationships are that who came into like the woman stays home and takes care of home, and the male being masculine and the woman those gender roles did not exist. Feminine. Now, to me, that didn't work for us. My family instilled a lot in me, so there were times where I wasn't able to let the feminine side be feminine, I guess. I still have this thing where, you know, there's nothing a man can tell me, there's nothing a man can do for me that I can't do for myself. And since I take care of myself, I can't say I'm sorry, but that's my song. And that's what I stuck to. Oh, my stunner shades. But that's how that was. So, I read an article that talked about how a lot of gender roles and gender identities within relationships come from the culture and traditions and how you were raised. And to me, my mindset came from my culture. Did he agree with it? No, he did not. Did he tolerate it? Yes, he did. Balancing work and family roles. So, he worked one job. I worked two jobs.
Being as though we were co-workers and
to me, there was no balance there on my end. I'll take fault for that.
We would
I didn't know how to balance it. I would always just say, well, I have to pay my bills because we did not live together. So I would just say,
it was not a good thing.
I had to pay my bills. Who's going to pay my bills? Are you going to pay my bills? No. So then when there were times where we would, you know, maybe spend the night together for a night or two or a few, however it went, it was just a mess. It just did not work out. And
ding, 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 ding.
The next concept.
That was a sign. That was a sign that I ignored. That was a sign that he was not ready for commitment.
That to me was really, really big because I am a single mom. He does not have children, and he does not understand the concept of having to co-parent. Now, what is worse about that is I have a really good relationship with my son's father. So we co-parent very well, and that was a little intimidating. So my ex-boyfriend, he had to understand that there were certain boundaries, there were certain things that maybe he couldn't do or say pertaining to my child, or he would feel like he didn't have any power, privilege, or authority when it came to my child. And I just think that came from him, one, being a little younger, and also he would think something was going on between myself and my son's dad, and that was probably because he did not understand that a healthy co-parenting relationship is vital to single parents. It is very vital. It's very important. And there was never anything going on between my son, dad, and I that he had to worry about. So, to recognize the impact of communication skills on relationship satisfaction, huge. I'm huge on communication. I need to talk. I need to express my feelings. I need to hear your feedback. I need you to express your feelings. He was not that way. He'd rather say, this pissed me off and this made me mad and that's it, and shut down, and that would be the end. I came across an article that said that not communicating and not being acceptive to responses and feedback is very unhealthy in relationships, and that made our relationship very unhealthy. We constantly argued because he didn't know how to communicate, so he thought when I was communicating my feelings, it was an
healthy
argument.
Conversation
and I am running out of time. But
arguing.
The last one is to just analyze the choices and self-awareness in me as a mother, as a parent, as a woman. I should have accepted all of the signs before me. The signs were before me. I did not pay attention. He was young. He lived with his parents. He had been hurt. He was immature in the fact of thinking that something was going on between me and my son's dad. He wasn't very respectful towards my son and my son's dad. Not so much as my son, I take that back, but more so towards my son's dad. He has never disrespected my son, and I am running out of time, and I hope I did all that. Look below for the references, the links, and the quotations, and I am out.
It was a struggle, but I think I covered everything.
Okay. That's all.
And if I didn't cover everything in talking, it will be in the comment section.